Thank you for listening to Shulchanaruchharav.com.
Making use of a hammock or a swing on Shabbos that is attached to a tree. So this question of making use of a hammock or swing attached to a tree touches upon the sugya, the subject of making use of trees on Shabbos. The Gemara in Shabbos 154b, 155a goes through different detailed laws of the prohibition of making use of trees on Shabbos, of which we will now analyze in order to properly answer the above question if using a hammock or swing is permitted if it's attached to a tree. So while biblically there is no prohibition in making use of trees on Shabbos so long as you don't cut them, the Chachamim decreed against doing so, and it is completely forbidden midrabanan rabbinically. So you're not allowed to lean on a tree and anything of the like. Now what about making use of the tree such as hanging an item on it or on one of its branches or removing an item that's hanging on it? So an explicit ruling in the Shulchan Aruch and the Alter Rebbe 336.1 and 336.20 that it's forbidden to attach an item to a tree or remove an item that is attached to the tree. That is also included in the prohibition of making a use. So based on this, we can already understand that it's forbidden to attach a hammock to a tree on Shabbos or to remove a hammock from a tree on Shabbos. So irrelevant of the question of whether you can use it or not, you can't put it on or take it off on Shabbos if it's attached to the tree. So if you don't want the hammock there over Shabbos, it's in the way, you have to remove it before Shabbos. Now what about if the hammock was already attached before Shabbos to the tree? Can I make use of the hammock? As in this case, I'm not making direct use of the tree, but rather of the hammock, which in turn is making use of the tree which you attached before Shabbos in a permitted way. Nonetheless, here too, the Poskim rule that it is forbidden to be done. This in halacha is called tzadin, just like it's forbidden to make use of the actual tree, to attach the hammock to the tree. It's forbidden to make use of an item that was attached to the tree even before Shabbos. So a hammock that's attached to a tree or a swing attached to a tree may not be used on Shabbos. So is brought in the Gemara, Shabbos 155a in the Alter Rebbe Shulchan Aruch, 336.20 in the Mechaber, and 336.1 and 13. However, all this only applies if the hammock is directly attached to the tree. If, however, I put a nail or something of the sort onto the tree, I fixed it onto the tree, and then I attached the hammock or the swing onto that secondary item, then the hammock receives the status of tzadidei tzadin, the side of the side, an indirect of an indirect. And regarding such a case, the halachas change. While I am not allowed to even attach it on Shabbos to the nail that's on the tree, as that's considered making a use of the nail, which is called tzadin and has the prohibition applicable. If I attached it before Shabbos, then I can make use of the item attached to the nail that's attached to the tree. So in that case, I can make use of the hammock and make use of the swing. So you can't attach it on Shabbos, you can't remove it on Shabbos, but you can use it on Shabbos. However, this also comes with a qualification, comes with a condition. The Magen Avraham, the Alter Rebbe, based on the Gemara in 155a, writes that even this allowance of tzadidei tzadin is only allowed if the tree will not shake as a result. If, however, the tree shakes as a result, then it is forbidden to be done. So even if you attach your hammock or swing before Shabbos onto a nail that was fixed onto the tree, take a look. If it causes your tree to shake, you can't use it on Shabbos. Based on this, the Ber Moshe in a tshuva, in volume 6, Tshuva 29, writes that one should never use a hammock or a swing on Shabbos that's attached to a tree, even if it's attached to the tzadin, to the nail, as who can guarantee that the tree will not shake? It's very difficult to tell and to ascertain. Depends on the weight, depends on the position. And therefore he completely prohibits using hammocks and swings on Shabbos that are attached to trees, even in the permitted way, because of this last qualification we mentioned. Nonetheless, M'ikar Adin, if you see that it doesn't shake the tree or its branches, it is allowed to be used when it's attached to the nail that's attached to the tree. So to summarize, it's forbidden to attach a hammock or remove a hammock from a tree on Shabbos or from a nail that's attached to a tree on Shabbos. If it was already put up before Shabbos onto the nail, then it may be used on Shabbos if it doesn't cause the tree to shake, and some are machmer even in such a case. If it does cause the tree to shake or is attached to the actual tree, it's forbidden to be used on Shabbos. In conclusion, we will clarify one last point, and that is, even though a hammock and a swing generally comes with a number of parts, such as the chain, the rope, the hook, etc., we don't say that since the hammock material that I'm lying on is attached to the chain, and the chain is attached to the rope, and the rope is attached to the tree, then therefore it's considered indirect of indirect, it's sidei tzadin. No, we don't, because it's all one item. It's all one vessel. To take advantage of the loophole of sidei tzadin, you have to fasten an item to the tree itself, and then attach that second item, or the hammock or the swing, onto that item. But not to attach it to the swing and attach it to the hammock and then attach the hammock to the tree. That is considered tzadin, and it's us according to Allah.